What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 230, and we start today's episode off with a squad report and league table as well. Of course, in the last episode, the back of the last episode, we entered May, which is the final calendar month for club football, for competitive football for the season. And why don't I just say we entered May? That was so much easier. And yeah, as you can see here, we have a squad report and a full league table as well. You know, this will be the penultimate squad report of the season. We can take a look at the players. You know, this squad is capable of winning the Champions League, which we're into the final of now, and, you know, there's still a chance we could retain this title, but of course, after we slipped up against Chelsea and could only manage a draw, with 5 games to go, the real emphasis and the real upper hand is Spurs at the moment. You know, they have the upper hand at the end of the day. If they win every game, they win the title, and there's nothing we can do about that. They're 4 points clear with 5 games to go. We need them not to slip up just the once, but twice. You know, that's how that's how bad it is for us, really. I'm trying not to concede defeat. You know I'm a real pessimist, and I'm trying not to concede defeat, but you know, with 5 games to go, you know, being 4 points behind, it's very unlikely. Here's John Topless, the academy graduate. I brushed on it in the last episode. We released one of our random 57 or 58 overall players from the academy to bring in this 65 overall defender. He actually looks quite good defensively, doesn't he? 6'2", right back and centre back positions. I like to have a versatile man at the back. Some very decent defensive stats for a 16-year-old. He actually looks quite good. I'm not sure whether, you know, the reason I promoted him in May is because I've been told a few times that, you know, promoting players in May gives them an attribute growth. I'm not sure whether that's true or not, or whether people just made it up for a laugh, but even so, he does look quite good, and we'll try and send him out on loan next year, because he does look like a decent player, and if not, we'll have to settle for games in the Capital One Cup and so on. But anyway, we take on Newcastle United here for the first game of today's episode, away at St James's Park, and as we take him on in midweek, I had to rest a large chunk of the players. I rested pretty much every single player in the first 11. In fact, I think I did rest every single player in the first 11 because all the players were knackered, to be honest, and games coming thick and fast. But I still had, you know, faith in the players. I really did. And it was Danny Ings who won us a penalty early on in this game. He rounded the goalkeeper who took him down, and it was a penalty to Millwall just 20 minutes and 6 seconds in. So Ings, who won the penalty, is going to take it himself. Danny Ings, playing for a place in the Champions League. You never know. Oscar Polo hasn't been amazing for us, so could always go back to the reliable Danny Ings. And well, he shows you he's a reliable player. He wins the penalty, he scores the penalty, he celebrates from scoring and winning the penalty, and he makes it 1-0. So Newcastle 0, Millwall 1, and a really good start in this game. And 20 minutes later, in the 40th minute, Danny Ings gets on the ball. We go on the counter. We pick out Ezekiel. Ezekiel collects it here, backheels it to Makola. Makola collects the ball here, fake shots around his man. It goes down the right hand side and blast the ball, but unfortunately it's a good save by the goalkeeper, and it's turned behind for a corner. So really good save by the goalkeeper, but from that corner it is brilliant Makola who took the shot, who crossed the ball in towards Ninkov. It's headed away only as far as Ezekiel, who shoots, and it takes a huge deflection and goes into the back of the net to make it Newcastle 0, Millwall 2. And that is payback, because anyone that watched the Capital One Cup final this season against Newcastle, they scored a cruel deflection against us in the 90th minute to send that game into extra time. And now we've got one against them. You know, now both sides have balanced out, one deflection each. So it's Ezekiel who claims the goal, but, you know, I'm not sure whether it was going wide or not, but it's Ezekiel who claims it. It takes a massive deflection, and yeah, that's now 1 each in terms of deflected goals. So yeah, it's Newcastle 0, Millwall 2, and we're surely on course for 3 points already in the first half. And in the second half, we could have made it 3-0. Danny Ings roulettes around Younger and Biwa, then fake shots around Street, goes down the centre. It's a good chance for 3-0. Is he going to finish? You bet your life he is. Really good finish by the old reliable Danny Ings. He's just one of those reliable players, Danny Ings. You know he's going to get you goals no matter what happens, and he makes it 3-0 here. We could have made it 4-0 in the 62nd minute. Howell plays the ball forward towards Ezekiel, looking for his second goal of the game, but it's a good stop by the goalkeeper, and he keeps it at 3-0. So good save there, and 5 minutes later it's Newcastle on the ball again. But, you know, to be honest, if they go down the right hand side here, we were 3-0 up, and I didn't really care if they exploited our, you know, relatively weak defence, because I still felt confident win this game. But I didn't bank on Alex McCarthy giving me a little bit of a heart attack there. He runs out of his goal and he just lets the ball go over his head, and thankfully it goes just wide for a corner. So very fortunate goalkeeper there, and from the corner it's crossed crossed in, and the header is cleared off the line by Junior Malanda, and as he plays it through towards Danny Ings, we've got a great chance for a 2-on-2 if the Rapid Strike partnership get a move on. Ezekiel does get a move on, but he loses the ball. However, it comes to Sean Howe. Howe finds Lee Catamol. Catamol plays a great through ball towards Brilliant McCullough. The South African fake shots and shoots, but it's a good stop by the goalkeeper, and he turns it behind for a corner. So still 3-0, and from the corner it's crossed in by McCullough. McCullough crosses the ball in, and a header is well saved by the goalkeeper again, and it is cleared away. So still 3-0 as things stand, and a few minutes later Newcastle are on the ball again. Haidara finds Campbell. Campbell plays it back towards the number 19, who crosses the ball in. Bentaleb heads it into the far post. Lovely cross and header, but thankfully for us, Bentaleb, the man who we gave to Newcastle back when we were at Spurs, heads the ball into the open net, but thankfully he's ruled out for offside, and correctly so. So 3-0 the final score. We win at the St James's Park, and yeah, I'm very, very pleased with the win as well. We definitely deserved it. We battered them really, and yeah, we keep the chance of winning the title alive. There's still a lot to do, but we keep the pressure on Spurs, and yeah, it was just those reliable players, you know, that came big in that game, especially Danny Ings. And Todd Kane did get an injury in that game. He'll be out for 3 weeks, which kind of sucks, and that means he will not play any part of this game against Liverpool here at the Den for the second and final game of today's episode here. And of course, you know, playing Liverpool in an important Premier League fixture, that's something we've done before, of course, and yeah, we take them on here, and it is quite important, to be honest, because, you know, as you'll see by the league table, there is only 4 games to go, and as you can see, Spurs only managed a draw in their last game, which means we cut the lead to just cut the gap, sorry, to just 2 points. So, you know, we're clawing our way back into this title race. There's still a lot of work to do, but I'm not going to concede defeat just yet and let Spurs, you know, claim the title with games to go. But anyway, we take on Liverpool, and the first chance the game would fall here in the 3rd minute as Luke Shaw goes down the left hand side. A nice piece of skill to beat Martin Kelly. He crosses the ball in and picks out Oscar Polo, goes for the bicycle kick, but it blazes the ball, I should say, over the bar and out for a goal kick. And in the 21st minute, John gets on the ball down the left hand side, takes on Brian Carrasco, plays it back towards Radosevich, who strikes it. Liali makes a good save, but unfortunately Raheem Sterling turns it at the far post and makes it Millwall 0, Liverpool 1. So not the start we wanted, unfortunately. We're 1-0 down early on, and that is not good news for us. In, you know, a game we need to win, we're already 1-0 down. And in the 38th minute, Ezekiel almost levelled the scoring, but unfortunately Courtois, at this point in the game, the best goalkeeper in the world, makes a really good save. And in the 41st minute, Carrasco's cross in is met by the header of, not sure who it was, but again, Courtois makes another good save, and it is still 1-0. And in the 55th minute, you see Scott Triggs get on the ball here, and Carrasco rolls it straight to the Liverpool player. Sterling picks it out, and eventually John takes the strike, but thankfully it goes out behind for a goal kick. So still 1-0, but Liverpool threatened to score that second goal, and that's not really what we needed. But in the 67th minute, we were putting the press on, and we kept on shutting down the Liverpool players, just kept on playing a high press game, and eventually Sama is going to give the ball away here. Kelvin wins it, and it falls to, guess who? Michael Ngoo. Michael Ngoo gets the goal. And yeah, what a decision it was to bring him off the bench as well. And again, I didn't show this beforehand because I thought it might spoil the surprise. But yeah, I brought on Michael Ngoo for Suso, and what a decision it proved to be. Once again, Michael Ngoo scores an important goal against Liverpool, his former club. Where have we seen that before? Really good finish. And yeah, playing that high press game, putting Liverpool, a team that play possession football on this game, under pressure was clearly the correct thing to do. A good tactical change. And yeah, Michael Ngoo does make it Millwall 1, Liverpool 1. And we get ourselves back on level terms. And the draw isn't really what we need. You know, we need to win this game. A point, yeah, I mean, it's nice, but it's not really what we need. So, you know, we make it 1-0, but we needed to win. And straight from kickoff, again, we put the press on. Liverpool get the ball away. Chamberlain finds Kelvin, but unfortunately Courtois was in really inspired form and makes another good save there. So, still 1 apiece, unfortunately. We just couldn't seem to find a winning goal. As Liverpool get the ball away here. Eric Dier collects it and gives it to Scott Triggs. Triggs then stops the ball and gets around his man eventually and gives it to Glenn Robinson. Robinson collects the ball and shoots, but it goes harmlessly wide and out for a goal kick. So still 1-1, and we were just desperate to get ourselves back into the game and try and get ourselves the winning goal that we so desperately needed. And in the 75th minute, where our desperation showed, because you know, Oscar Polo did something which I didn't even think was possible on the game, and that was dive. Yes, Oscar Polo takes a tumble in the area, and I thought the referee was going to give a penalty. Instead, he booked our Colombian striker. for simulation, and I didn't even think that was possible. But yeah, as you can see here, the number 37 lunges in, and Polo just collapses to the floor, but unfortunately the referee's not buying it. And yes, I know it wasn't really a dive. That's not why the referee gave the free kick. It's because he kicked Courtois. I was just trying to make it funny. But yeah, Polo gets booked for diving. How about that? But anyway, in the 84th minute, the last chance would fall there, but Gutierrez's header went over the bar and out for a goal kick. And you know, the last chance would fall in the 85th minute. Makola collects the ball and finds Ngu, but Makola collects the ball, but his shot is well saved by Courtois. And that was how the game would finish. So a 1-1 draw, and unfortunately we do fail to win. And you know, as soon as Spurs slip up, we slip up, and unfortunately that's been a tale of this season. And unfortunately right now you can't see the league title going anywhere else but White Hart Lane. We'll be trying our best, but it looks like the dream is over. But as always guys, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.